What's up, everybody? It's your boy Carl here, and if you click this video, you either thought I looked pretty cool and this is going to be a pretty cool video, or you were just trying to learn a little bit more about Final Cut Pro. So I'm going to give you a lay of the land, I'll show you the layout, how you can import media, where everything's kind of located, because it is a little bit intimidating when you first get started. We're going to take a look at that today, and you'll be on your way. So with that, let's have a little word from our sponsor. Hey, what's good, everyone? I'm today's sponsor. Would you look at that? Go ahead and hit that subscribe button at the bottom, and send this video to a friend if you think that this might be helpful to them. All right, peace. And let's begin. All right, so here is the Final Cut Pro 10 application. So it's in different sections. So up here, this is where you import your media. Right here is the preview box where you can see your clips. Over here is going to be a lot of the settings we're working with. Down here is your timeline. This is your library, so I labeled this tutorials. And then you have these default folders as well to import your media. So what we're going to do is go ahead and click into the library and import media. So I have some clips here from Australia when I was snorkeling at the Great Barrier Reef. I'm gonna group some of these, and we'll just work with these four. At the top right, you can see add to existing event. So you can create your own, you just have to do it before you import. I'm just gonna use the default one with the date. What I usually do is leave files in place. So since these are all saved on my external hard drive, I edit from there and I keep them there. And then for the rest of the stuff, I just kind of leave it. So once I import, that closes, and now you can see that they imported into the media section. We want to make a new project, so click on that, tutorial, and then it saves in this event that we have. I usually do 4K. This is very important to set your rate at 24p. This is going to give it that natural look. A lot of you will see this standard Rec 709, and this will be grayed out, and hit OK. So now you can see that the project has been populated over here, and then you have what we imported down here. So if I take one of these videos, for instance, all you have to do is click and drag, and now I have it on my timeline. So from here, I can scrub it, and then if I click into it, you can see that I have different settings up here. So I can do the coloring, and then I can have all the different video settings here as well. All right, so now we have some clips imported. I'll put this one in there now too. And this one. These audio waveforms show that there's audio, and if you hover over, you'll see it's at 0. That just means it's at what it was recorded at. You can either drag it up to make it louder and drag it down to make it quieter. And if I increase that, you see right here this yellow and red. That means that it passes a certain threshold that you can lose some data in the audio, as well as hurt your ears. So definitely don't want to have that, so try and keep that lower than that. I'll also go in another video in depth on the audio settings and when to use this function right here. The thing I want to look at are some of these features over here. So if you look at this one is the skim. So if you have this selected, notice that the playhead, which is this red marking, it follows my arrow. Some people like this. I prefer to have it off, solely because if I'm editing a clip over here and I just want to move my mouse over here, that way it doesn't follow me around everywhere and doesn't screw up my preview here. Whereas if you have it selected, it drags. So what I like to do is turn that off. That way I can just come over here, click it and drag it, and then that's how I preview. All right, the next button I like to use is this piece right here. So this is like the snapping tool. I like to have this on if you have two separate clips. So how I have this here, say I want to drag this up. So these clips have a gap in between. If I want them to touch, I'll drag it and see how it kind of forces itself to connect. That's the snapping tool. So that way you know that there won't be a gap in between these two videos. If you have that turned off, now it doesn't snap. It's harder to line it up. All right, and the next major thing I like to use is this. This is the effects tab. In this tab, you have video effects all down here, audio effects down here. Over here are the transitions. So these are the fun things that people do. Some of them are kind of crazy. Some of them are subtle. Just for fun, I'm going to add this VHS effect over to this first clip. And you can see that it kind of has a little vignette. It looks a little crazy. But up here is where you would edit the video effect. So if I unclick it, you'll see the original. Click it, you see it with the effect. From here, you can change all these different settings. Next, I'm going to add a cross-dissolve transition. What it does is it clips a little piece of the video file. Now we have that cool transition where it kind of fades into the next scene. And then up here, this is where you can add audio. It can pull music from iTunes. You can have sound effects that are pre-installed through Final Cut. You can preview by pushing the play button. So now we have the video up here and the audio down here. And the next thing I'll show you is the titles. Click into it, and then right on here, edit title of video. You can change the font, the size, and all that. Did you really make it to the end of this freaking video? Dude, that's freaking crazy. I mean, I appreciate it. That's dope. I hope you learned something. You know, I mean, this video had to happen. I ain't sorry about it, but someone had to lay the foundation of Final Cut, and just so happens to be me. So if you liked it, give it a thumbs up. If you liked it, freaking subscribe. I don't know, send it to a friend that might need it. Psh, they can use it too. For that, you know, if you didn't like it, you know, I'm sure you'll like a different one. We'll make some more content. This is just the beginning, guys. This is gonna be a sick relationship, and glad I'm going through it with you. So take it easy, boys. See you in the next one. Peace.